Welcome to the Houghton Lake Public Library's Text Short Series. Today, we'll be talking about joining a Zoom meeting on a Windows 10 machine. If you're like most people, at some point during the current times, you've been invited to join a Zoom meeting. Today, we're going to show you how. If you've been invited to join a Zoom meeting, you've almost certainly gotten an email link like this one. So you'll see it says, please join Zoom meeting in progress, or perhaps it will have a date and time in the future, and then a blue link here to click to join the meeting. So we're going to go ahead and click on this link. If you've already installed Zoom, you can skip this step, but if you have not, you may have to download the Zoom client. This file will download right here, so we'll click it to open it. We'll very quickly run through the installation process, which shouldn't take long at all. And that's been installed. So now we would just go ahead and type in our name and click Join Meeting. It's going to ask us whether or not we want to join with video or join without video. I'm going to choose, it would depend on whether or not you wanted to do that. I'm going to choose Join with Video this time. Once the presenter has decided to let you in, you'll get an option on whether or not you want to join with computer audio or not. So let's go ahead and join with computer audio. And at this point, we're already connected to the meeting, and you're probably good to go. There are a few things you may want to check. So here's your current microphone, and you can see the little green thing going up and down indicating that it is picking up my voice. You can click this arrow in the top right of this button here, and it gives you an option if you want to switch your microphone. In this case, most people may only have one microphone. This system has several, so you could switch your microphone up to a different one. Similarly, if you're not hearing audio, you could potentially switch the audio output to a different set of speakers. In many cases, the presenter will mute you automatically since you don't want to be interrupting their presentation. But if they have not, you can click the mute button and it will mute your microphone so that you will not be picked up. This is probably a good idea if you're not intending to be speaking during the presentation. Similarly, there's a button over here which will allow you to select a different webcam if you have multiple webcams to record video. And again, similar to the mute button, if you'd like to stop sharing your video, you can click that button and it will stop sharing video with the rest of the audience. If the presenter allows it, you can record the presentation by pressing this button. In many cases, the presenter will record the meeting if they intend to, and the audience is not allowed to record the presentation. Here, there's a chat button, and if you want to type a message, you could say hi to the group, and it'll show up a text message here. You could potentially send a text message directly to somebody, and that would be a private message just to that one person, or you could send it to the entire group. This can be a good way to ask questions to the presenter without necessarily interrupting them by speaking into your microphone. This is usually the preferred way to ask any questions or comments to the presenter that you're watching. If you click this button, you can see a list of presenters. In this case, or a list of participants. In this case, it's just me. You can also see there's a button here to raise your hand, which will indicate to the presenter you have a question. Typically speaking, the presenter will tell you in the beginning of the presentation whether or not they want you to use this feature or not. Some presenters will pay attention to it, some presenters will not. So just do how they prefer. And as far as joining and watching a Zoom video on Windows 10, this is honestly about all there is to it. The only real tricky things to keep in mind are to make sure that if you need to speak, you have the correct microphone selected through this menu here. And if you need video, to make sure that you have the correct video input selected from this menu here. And then as you need to speak or share video, make sure you have these either enabled or disabled by clicking on each button. And that covers everything you should need to know to join a Zoom meeting on Windows 10. Thank you for watching this episode of the Houghton Lake Public Library's Tech Short series. If you like this video, consider subscribing or giving it a thumbs up. Thank you.